Hi folks, Trev here, and today I wanted to make a video on how I paint my rifles and why I do it. The reason I paint them is because nothing in nature is black, and painting them eliminates any more camo that you would need for just regular hunting. So here is one of my very first attempts at painting. It's pretty rough, not so good, but all I did was throw on a bunch of paint and roll it in the grass. So it has different patterns. Like I said, pretty rough, not very good. So I've come a long way since there, and now I'm going to paint a rifle. The rifle I'm going to paint today is my AR-15, and this is it. It is a BCM upper with a LaRue Tactical quad rail mount on it. It's got a stainless steel barrel with a Michelette compensator. I also have a Surefire Scout flashlight on it, and it has Magpul Pro flip up sights, and I got a Trijicon ACOG on here. And this ACOG is a 3-power, so it's not the regular 4. The 3-power works really nice for me, being out here in Iowa and shooting coyotes in cornfields. It works really well. I am not going to paint the ACOG. I'm not going to paint the sights or the flashlight, but everything else on here is getting painted. Now this rifle is one that I use for pretty much anything. It's a could be a hunting rifle, and it also could be a tactical / home defense rifle. It has a shortened buttstock. If you want a description on this, go to Reid Hendrichs, Valor Ridge, watch his video on different types of rifles. He gives a really good talk about this. So what I'm going to do now with this rifle is I'm going to degrease it and then remove the ACOG and then tape up anything that I don't want painted. Alright, oh, I forgot to mention, it's a BCM upper, but it is a Bushmaster lower. I don't know if you can see that. So it's a Bushmaster lower, and it was just a stripped lower, and it has a lower parts kit in it. I think it's probably from DPMS lower parts kit, so nothing fancy. It just has a regular stock trigger. It does have a Magpul grip on it, which I really like the Magpul grips. Big fan of anything Magpul. As you see, I got my Magpul mag in here with my Hawkeyes tape on it to signify that it's my magazine. Also running a Magpul sling, so really like that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and degrease this and then tape it up and put a base coat on. Alright, oh, but wait, what color shall we paint it? I'm glad you asked. I'm glad that's a question that you asked. Well, we got some 3 colors over here. We have a tan, and I'm just going to use regular rattle can stuff, just regular spray paint. I'm not going to get real serious and do a Aluminide on this one, because it may get repainted someday, and you'll see why. So I got a gray, just an OD green, and I got like a flat dark earth type. It's not Magpul's flat dark earth, but it's pretty close. So we're going to take these two and not use them, not at all. What we're going to use is this hot pink. Yeah. Now wait. Before the comments all fill up with, "You are insane. Don't do that." And before you light the torches, this is what I'm doing. So it's going to get a base coat of gray, and then pink. Not pink everywhere, and you'll see the design after a while. But what's going on is this rifle is going to be my child's. Okay? My wife is pregnant, and we are having a gender reveal party, and this is how I'm showing what the baby is. It's a little girl, okay? So someday when the little girl grows up, this is going to be her rifle. Nice and short, pretty light, nice and easy to carry around. It's not too heavy. It's got a nice comp, so there's going to be zero recoil, not that there is anyway with AR-15, but it's going to be a nice little rifle for her to do everything with. And when she's old enough and she can handle it, this will be her rifle. So that is why it's getting a pink coat. So it won't just be totally stark pink. You'll see. I'll put a design on it, but that is why it's getting pink. Okay, folks, I've got it taped up, and really the only thing I'm going to tape up is the muzzle brake, that Michelin comp, or not muzzle brake, comp. So it's a compensator. So that's the only thing I really taped up. Everything else is getting painted. I'm going to paint a magazine with it. So it's in there. Nothing's in the chamber. We're good. Nothing's in there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to paint it up. First thing I'm going to do is a base coat of gray. So I'm going to do a base coat of this. After I have a really good base coat on, I'm going to go ahead and do some designs with this. Oh, I thought I almost heard someone scream, "Don't paint it pink!" But I'm going to paint it pink. So, here we go, folks. So we got the rifle down, and we're ready to spray. And we're starting with the gray. We will let that dry, flip her over, do the same thing. Alright folks, so we got the base coat all done. The gray is done. So now we're going to start working on our color. So, we're going to start going with the Krylon pink. Yes, pink. I know what you're saying, don't do it, dude. Just don't do it. But remember, the reason for the pink is because this is going to be my daughter's rifle. Someday she's going to shoot this rifle and it's going to be her rifle. So that's the reason for the pink. Alright, if someday she says, "Dad, I hate pink," she can repaint it. No big deal. So what we're going to do for a pattern on this is we're going to take a theme of like a bee, like a little honeybee, a little fighting honeybee, I guess you would say. And so I cut out a little honeycomb type pattern, and I'm going to start with that, and then I'm going to take a bee, like a, I don't know, a shape of a bee somewhat, and put that on there too. But we're going to start with the honeycomb. Okay folks, so we are ready to put some pink on here, and I've tested out my pattern and I think it looks pretty decent. So we are going to put that on there, position it how it looks good, and we're going to spray it. And because it kind of takes two hands to do this, I'm going to stop the video, spray it, and then show. And also, I have a little pattern cut out, since this is going to be for my little girl. She'll be a little honeybee. I'm going to put on the side of it a little fighting bee. So I'm going to try to make that work. So there you go. I'll be back in a bit. So here we go. I've got the pink on, and I'm going to let it dry for the night, and I'm going to flip it over, do pink on the other side, and then see if we need any touch-up anywhere, and go from there. Alright folks, so as you can tell, it's been a while since I actually finished the paint job on the gun. So I wanted to show it to you and then show you something else. So here's the gun. And it's got a little fighting honeybee on it for my daughter. I painted it pink for her. It's a BCM 16-inch AR-15 5.56, and I have no optics on it right now. Right now I just have the Magpul Pros flip-up sights. So we'll see about an optic later on, but for right now it's set up for irons. I think she'll be fine with it. The paint probably as pretty as it's ever going to look, because I plan on getting it out there, shooting it, and then having her shoot it someday. And I know what you're saying, why is there a pink bow and ribbon on your magazine? Well, it's because this rifle was used to tell everyone what my wife and I were having. We kept it a secret and then had a reveal party, and it was revealed that it was going to be a girl. So this is the rifle. Turned out pretty decent. There's obviously parts that I did not paint. So turned out pretty good. So that's how I paint my rifles, and it's not any better than anybody else's probably. It's just the way I do it. I don't put a clear coat on here because I think it looks just fine when all that wears off. So here it is. So here is Aspen, and this is Aspen's rifle. Someday when she's old enough and she can understand the firearm safety rules and she can operate it properly, this will be her rifle that she can go and shoot with her daddy. So this is Aspen, and this is her fighting little honeybee rifle.